Aries, welcome to your 72-hour forecast. We're going to do things a little bit different today. I'm going to look at the general themes for you guys with this oracle deck, and then we'll go into what you're manifesting and then a full-on spread. Any information that you need to book a reading with me will be listed in the description. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see future forecasts from the channel. All right, Aries, let's see. First, let's take a look at just general themes that you guys are going to be running into for the 72-hour window. So we have Destiny, which is represented by the palm. There's fated events that are taking place. Make sure that you are paying attention to the themes or the focuses during this window, okay? Also, there's a lot of things falling into place, falling out of place, for you to align with the path that's meant for you. And anything that's out of alignment, out of whack with your bigger story, it's going to be a time where those things fall to the wayside. And they're not going to be something that's a focus going into beyond this time frame, like into the next year. I'm even getting. There could be some fated meetings that you have. You could meet someone who's going to be very important to your path over the next couple of months. This could be a fated opportunity that's presented to you, or you could stumble across something that helps you level up an understanding, a perspective, but there's something intricate about this window, okay? We also have divine guidance. So Aries, you could find yourself more in tune with your intuition, and finding that self-trust is like a superpower for you. If you've had moments where maybe you lost that sense of self-trust, you could be tapping back into it. And with divine guidance, this could be you even getting really important advice or insight via like a conversation with a friend or with a family member, or sitting with yourself. It's like, oh wait, now I have an epiphany on what needs to be done. We also have fun in reverse. So you could be shutting down people's attempts to play games. You could have certain love interests where they could be taking you as somebody who just wants to have fun, or they could be wanting to just have fun, and that's not really where your spirit is at. You're looking for something more secure, something more serious. You could be shutting down the fun with individuals who are not taking you seriously outside of that. Also, you could be deciding maybe not to indulge in certain activities that could be fun to you, but keep you from being focused, keep you from getting stuff done. And for others of you, you may have been denying yourself of fun for so long that you could be realizing how that's been a detriment. So this could be either limiting your amount of fun, or some of you already been doing that, and you could be realizing that you need to also set some time aside for you. Now, going into the next oracle card, we have unlimited potential. So you could be getting out of this limited perspective about how things are going to play out for you. Our mind tries to project our ability of doing things or fear onto our plans always, especially if it's something new. And you could be seeing how that's been like a huge detriment in you reaching your unlimited potential, because you could talk yourself out of opportunities that are so for you, or from relationships that could be so good for you. Now, let's go into what you're manifesting, Aries. Let's go deeper. What are my Aries manifesting over the next 72 hours? What are my Aries manifesting? All right, so we got teach. We also have success and growth. Nice. We have rest and reconsider. And we also have daydreams and decisions. So what are you manifesting, Aries? Right off the top, we have success and growth, which I love. Now, whenever we're talking about success and we're talking about growth, we are reaching milestones within our personal process, not what society deems as, being success, not what your cousin or friends around you, people around you may deem as success, but what you personally want to accomplish for yourself, you being able to accomplish it and trusting yourself enough to be able to do so. And growth, of course, talks about stepping into a level of maturity, a level of wisdom, and higher heights that come with that, and being able to accept going to the next level. So what you're manifesting is just that, Aries, increasing your capacity to receive. Because that's the only thing that ever stops us from being successful and from growing, is our capacity is low at the moment, and we're stuck in, old vibrations that we are not ready to let go of. A lot of you also, I realized that this card, not realized, but we both saw the card come out in reverse. So with rest and reconsider coming out in reverse, I do feel like, Aries, you could get out of this space of just sitting back and thinking, planning. You're getting out of that rest period finally. Now, for some of you, this could mean that you do need to make sure you're getting adequate sleep, because this could be messing with you when it comes to you being able to be as focused or like in the right energy some days. And yeah, with daydreams and decisions, you're going out of that, I want this to happen, I hope this happens perspective into okay, let me make clear decisions for myself that align me with what I'm trying to make happen, which is nice. Okay. Now, Aries, let's go ahead and get into a full-on spread for you. What is the general energy my Aries are going to be experiencing for the next 72 hours? We have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups talks about mixed feelings, us feeling different ways. Now, this could be in regards to a person where you could have mixed feelings based off of them just evading, telling you the full truth about certain things, or just leaving you in the dark. The 7 of Cups could also talk about emotionally being in a place to where you're wanting to explore more of your options, whether that's in dating, whether that's in your career. You're open to looking at, what life has to offer you in different spaces. The 7 of Cups could also talk about just having moments where emotionally you just feel a bit unsure. And you could want, if there is any secrets connected to certain people around you or things that you feel like are just unclear, you could be just waiting for it to be revealed to you. Okay? Someone is definitely giving you like mixed feelings or mixed vibes. Now, going into career and finance, I have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands, let's talk about being stressed out. You could have a job that requires you to have a huge capacity to deal with people, especially if you work in customer service or an industry where you deal with a lot of complaints and you have to, find solutions for people. Or if you're a therapist, someone who works in like behavioral studies. Some of you could be tarot readers, okay? Irregardless of whatever your career path may be, whether it's like stress because of people you deal with or stress in regards to the amount of work you have to do, you could be trying to cut back on your level of stress and what you're taking on. For my Aries who are looking for a new job, you could be stressed out in terms of the process and maybe the timing it's taking to actually get things going. Now, going into love, Aries, we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So for my singles, you could be in a place to where you don't really want to deal with anybody, especially if you've had people come into your life who have issues that now suddenly feel like your issues that you have to take on, or their issues makes it hard for you to even want to connect with them. Now, the 5 of Wands in reverse could also talk about like not wanting to date anybody who is obviously involved with a whole bunch of different people. You could be at a place to where it's like you're tired of running into individuals who could be involved or still kind of dealing with past connections to some degree. Now, for my Aries in a relationship, this could be you trying to work on the issues within it. Like there could be communication issues. There could be points to where you guys are getting into things, either about like other people, third parties being involved, or conflicts surrounding things that you guys both want for the relationship that may differ. Now, going into what I see for the challenge that you may run into, I have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be feeling like certain individuals, maturity-wise, aren't coming to you correctly, like in love, for instance. You could have either Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo individual. It doesn't have to be specifically an Earth sign, but someone who you're dealing with where their maturity may not necessarily be where it needs to be for you guys to actually have a serious relationship. Or there could be things that, like, in terms of basic responsibilities, basic needs, someone who's trying to connect with you may be still trying to figure that out. Page of Pentacles in reverse also could talk about like giving too much optimism or hope in regards to seeing the good in others to where you forget to see the good in yourself, or where you have to set better boundaries, for example. Ooh, okay. Got cards falling on the floor. Advice for you, Aries, with the Two of Wands in reverse. The advice is to not sit on a decision for way too long to where you won't have a choice. An example of this is like staying at a job where things are just getting way too much, and you almost feel like you're being forced out before you make a decision. Or this could be like a relationship where this person could be leaving you no choice but to set certain boundaries or to protect your energy. It's making sure you don't wait to the point to where you're forced, like your hand is forced to some degree. Also, don't let someone else make you feel like the choice is only up to them in regards to whether or not you guys are, you know, going to work on the relationship or not. It should be a situation where this person is willing to work with you. Now, going into the last card, this is going to represent the outcome of this time frame. I have the Devil card in reverse. So this is actually good with it being in reverse. This talks about shedding negative attachments or negative ways of handling things. This could also be habits, patterns that don't necessarily prove to be good for like stuff that you're trying to build. Going back into that success and growth that did show up. The Devil card in reverse also could talk about someone who's extremely toxic, or they could be only good for one thing, if you know what I mean, or just intentionally trying to like pursue something that's just mainly sexual. I think by the end of this time frame, you could decide to shed yourself of a relationship where it's just only sexual or it's only toxic. But yeah, that's pretty much what I see in regards to the energy for the next 72 hours. If you did take something from this video, definitely thumbs it up and subscribe. If you want to see future readings from me, make sure that you check out my page, and I will see you later.